Top of the evening.
Hello, good to be with everyone as always.
Hello.
What?
If my microphone is working.
Oh yeah. What? Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Is that no?
That's is Tom not here? So wait, you people in the chat, can you hear me, but you can't hear Tom? Someone say in the chat.
Oh yeah, not hearing Tom. Here, let's try this. Is this working? Audio input? No.
Oh, now they hear you.
They do. All right. That's interesting because, oh, here it is. I see it. All right. Now the audio input capture is working. Hey, look at that. I have figured out OBS Studio. Well, hey, let's try again.
Oh, we've got feedback from someone. I think it might be Tom.
Yeah. All right, let's try this again because obviously you couldn't hear me for the first 3 minutes here that I was talking. I'm Tom Hogan. This is Trackside with Tom, and I'm here with Robert Thompson and Patrick Shea, who have actually introduced themselves even though you couldn't hear me. So thank you for bearing with us through the technical difficulties. And now, yes, now everyone can hear my resonant voice coming across the microphone. Excellent.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I think we eliminated that feedback loop that was there.
Yeah.
All right.
So, we are going to start out in East Dubuque. Now, for those of you who've been paying attention this afternoon, I actually killed one of the feeds in East Dubuque, and I have combined the two cameras, east and west, to one feed. And I have been able to figure out a way to enable motion detection at East Dubuque. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am to show this to you. I mean, literally, this is probably, you talk about like webcam innovation and, like what is kind of the future of what rail fanning on YouTube is going to look like. And one of the things that I absolutely believe is that motion detection is part of that future. And detecting where trains are and showing people that.
Post 182.4.
All right.
Main 2, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 276 out.
So you hear that defect detector go off. The camera switches. Now the camera is not set to the defect detector. It's actually set to motion detection. But what you're going to see is that there is, in fact, a westbound train that is approaching East Dubuque. And I am going to advance just a little bit here, and there comes the headlights as this guy rounds the curve. So I'm pretty sure this guy had a pretty massive consist on him also. So kind of a interesting consist to look at, even though it's just a bare table train. You've got this UPGE leader followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 locomotives, a couple of H1s mixed in there. One of those I think even still had the wagon wheel on the nose. And so you're gonna see that this train is gonna get rolled by, and then it's gonna switch back to the west camera. So what I've done is I've set this up in a way that it's gonna detect motion. If it detects motion on the east camera, it's gonna switch to the east camera. You're gonna see the train coming toward you, and then it's gonna stay here. I think I've got it set for 5 minutes. And then once this whole thing is by, oops, didn't want to pause it, because we've got, we're not going to watch an entire train of empty well cars go by, regardless of the fact that, you know, some of them might have interesting graffiti on them. So I think I've got it set to 5 minutes. So this thing goes and rolls itself by, and then the camera switches back to the home position, which is in fact going to be the west camera. And so there are places where I have more than one camera set up. Grinnell is another example. Dubuque is another example, where this can be put to use by having it switch to wherever the active camera is going on. So this has a lot of application, and I'm really excited about the possibilities of what this can mean in terms of innovation for watching different webcams. So going forward, we're just going to have the one webcam, or excuse me, the one feed featuring both webcams at East Dubuque. Now, Robert and Patrick, do either of you have any intel on if there is another westbound approaching East Dubuque?
Give me a minute here.
Because
no, but 337 is getting close. Is that East?
Yeah, so pretty soon there's going to be 337 is going to cross over, so that should not. So is the home thing for this Dubuque cam is to look west?
That's right.
Towards the sunset. Okay, so then we should hear or we should see the cam switch over to 337 in just a couple minutes here.
All right. Well, we're gonna let that happen, and we'll move on to some of the other topics we have to cover tonight, and we can come back and rewatch that later.
Sure.
So
if you want to, I've got 2 timestamps at Ottumwa on the BNSF if you want to check those out.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. This is a move that came out of Albia, or not? Yeah. What are they calling themselves now? It's the shops there at the rebuild shops there on the southern Iowa.
I don't remember the name. Someone will put it in the chat.
Yeah. I feel like they've changed ownership multiple times.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go to the Ottumwa BNSF camera, and
You're gonna go to 1820 or 1819, whatever.
1819. All right, we can do that. So Robert, why don't you give us a little bit of, Wabtec, but formerly Relco, yes. So Robert, do you want to give us a little bit of the background into this move that we're going to see?
So this move you're gonna see is a BNSF manifest, either Des Moines to Galesburg or Des Moines to St. Louis. We're not exactly sure which one, but on the train is the Great Northern 325, and that engine just got repainted and whatnot down at Wabtec in Albia, and it is owned by the Minnesota Transportation Museum, I believe, which is the museum out of in the Twin Cities area.
Yeah. So this is a... Oh, come on. These guys are absolutely just crawling. Here we go. I don't know why these guys are going so slow through here, but maybe some kind of a slow order.
Yeah, so this engine was given to Minnesota Transportation Museum in 2009, and it had formerly been in the Burlington Northern paint scheme, but then earlier this year was moved down to Albia for this repaint job.
Right.
And I think it looks like they did a pretty good job on it.
Yeah, so I'm going to pause this here. We've gotten the nice profile shot of the train, or of the engine. So this is a tunnel motor? Is that right?
No, it's a SDP 40.
Oh,
so
okay.
It was a SD 40, and the P, I believe it has a steam generator in the back.
Right.
I think
Passenger.
designated for passenger service. And this locomotive does actually run, so pretty soon it will be running excursions on the St. Croix Valley Railroad, I think is the name of it, in Wisconsin. So it will be very nice to see it there.
Yeah. So, and he's got the kind of the more traditional orange and green GN scheme. Rather than
arguably the better scheme.
Yeah, rather than the sky blue with the billy goat, which everyone seems to like to make fun of. But yes, that was a... So this thing, we believe it's going to get set out in Galesburg for a mechanical inspection. And then it should be going north, which means you're going to see it go by several other Steel Highway cameras. It's going to probably go by Peck Park on the Barstow sub, which is the closest track to the camera on the elevated side. Hey, there's an empty flat car with extra trucks there. Not a depressed center flat car, but something. And then it'll go by East Dubuque, it'll go by Trempealeau, it'll eventually go by Fridley as well when it leaves Northtown. So you'll have several opportunities to see this once it gets moving out of Galesburg again.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Robert. What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I'm just saying it's nice to see this unit out on the actual main line. I don't know if you want to watch the whole train roll by, but there is a second train at only 10 minutes into the future here at Ottumwa, which is very interesting.
All right. We'll check that out.
Would this happen to be 663?
It looks
Or
like it.
664, sorry.
664 would be the eastbound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
see a
this
blue bonnet leading.
it's back.
Yeah, so this is 664, which is the train that runs between Eddyville and Burlington most days, and then its counterpart 663 goes the other way, and I don't know where that is right now. Maybe it's probably somewhere on the Ottumwa sub right now, probably on the move, I'd imagine.
That 525 that's third out, is that one of those former Santa Fe Dash 8s?
That is
Yeah.
correct.
It's the B40-8W, and yeah, they're pretty unique, and it's nice to see. Even that they're orange, it's nice to see that they're still running around. But obviously the 1755 in the lead is so neat to see that, because there aren't very many Santa Fe SD40-2s currently really out on the main line right now.
Well, I mean, are there very much Santa Fe anything really out on the main line? At least in the blue bonnet scheme, anyway.
No, not really, because it's really only Jeeps and these SD40s are really the only blue bonnet anything that's out right now, and a lot of them might be confined to like local or yard duty or whatever, so it's always a treat. And of course, a few weeks ago there was the pair of Santa Fe units that ran by multiple times past this and the Mount Pleasant cam over the course of a few weeks.
Yes, they definitely did, and that was definitely a big thing for the rail fans in the area to get down there and catch the pair of blue bonnets running.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yep.
I may or may not have gone for it 3 times, but that's, yeah.
Oh, 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you tuned in live with us, and you showed it to us one of those. Yep.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, that time in Ottumwa.
That was a mess, but yeah.
Uh-huh. So, what I find also interesting is that I had never really noticed it until just now, but the BNSF colors that they're using now really are very reminiscent of that GN paint scheme. It's obviously not the same, but they're using the same basic color scheme, even though it's different striping and different parts of it there. But orange and green is a lot of what you see on those.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think that with the H1 BNSF scheme, the very first one, I believe those shades of orange and green are the same as the Great Northern ones.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I think they're almost exactly the same shades.
So, Patrick, do you have a timestamp for us today?
I do not, but we can take a look at Dubuque, I guess. The East Dubuque feed apparently had a little freak out, and we missed 337 there, but it's already across the river.
Oh, okay.
But it's it might contain some new local power on it, third out.
You want me to find Dubuque South?
Yeah. It's going by right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get that pulled up then. Dubuque Junction North, Dubuque Junction South. And we're just gonna... I'm gonna have to back up a little bit here. But we will get there.
Ooh.
And there we go. Now we got some headlights. Let's see what we got coming. And really, another BNSF leader.
Yeah, Tom, the East Dubuque feed has been frozen since we started the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to go over and look at that at the end of the show here. But yes, I do see what is that a wide cab SD40?
That is a wide cab SD40.
Yeah. All right.
That would be interesting.
That'd be great for
to have out here.
replacing 4900 on 565.
Yeah. All right.
Which I believe almost every rail fan in the area would want.
Yeah. Because obviously the railroads do what the rail fans want, right?
Ooh, actually, whenever you don't have to wait for this whole train to run by, but Tom, actually just now we had an over-under at Munger if you want to hop over there.
Ooh, yeah. We can definitely go check that out.
Just a minute ago.
All right.
It's a bit dark up there, but you can at least see it.
Well, we...
Oh, and Patrick's going to be excited about this. About an hour ago at Munger, there were 2 Gevos on a limestone train.
Huh.
I like to see that.
Yeah?
That's the way God intended.
Oh, yeah? Is that... Is that in fact? All right, let's go over to Munger. So we've got, let's see here. What have we got for commentary in the chat here? We've been neglecting the chat a little bit. We need to pay attention to what people are saying and asking us.
Wow. Munger has been quite busy for the last couple hours.
So, like, more than 2 trains?
Yeah, you've got like 5 trains in the last 2
wow.
hours.
Wow. All right.
Are most of them rainy sub-related trains?
3 are, but then you have 2 limestone trains.
Oh, 2 limestone. No ore, though.
No ore.
That's a little odd.
Interesting.
All right, I'm going to jump off here for a bit. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
All right, enjoy your dinner. We're just going to keep watching trains.
Yeah.
So, trying to find this elusive under-over that Robert was telling me about.
Yeah, literally just a few minutes
Here we
ago.
go. I think I got it now. There's the headlight coming up the Missabe sub. And how close is the over-under? How close is the over-under actually going to happen? There's the headlights. And comes around the curve. So on the Missabe sub, I'm guessing this is the limestone train you were talking about.
No, this is a manifest.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So this is a train that will end up on the rainy sub.
I see. All right. So we've got...
Yeah, it doesn't look like there was much ore movement today past Munger.
Oh. Yeah, well, that is definitely... I think I see headlights on the bridge now. So what do we got here? We got some potash, tanks, some of those Richardson hoppers that we've talked about that come out of Cedar Rapids occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And there's our over-under with one of the City Rail Gevos. All right. So while we're rolling this one by, let's go ahead and see what we've got for comments here. Let's see here. Chicago Bears fan. Does anyone know if Carroll and Mount Pleasant East and West have scan? All right. So Mount Pleasant. All right. Let's do this first. Carroll has a scanner, but it sucks and it doesn't really pick much up. So I ended up turning it off. It was having a hard time picking up the defect detector that's like a mile away from the depot. Mount Pleasant, the downtown Mount Pleasant camera has a scanner, but all it has is a little rubber ducky antenna on it. So it can only pick up stuff that's really close by. For instance, you're going to hear Amtrak when he's stopped doing his station work, but that, you're not going to hear any real, like, defect detectors anywhere nearby. But Mount Pleasant West has a really good scanner radio on it. So, and that's actually where the Mount Pleasant feed comes from as well. So let's see here. A-Train, hello.
Someone was saying in the chat something about Grinnell timestamps. Yeah, if you have Grinnell timestamps, drop them in the chat.
Yeah, we haven't checked out Grinnell for a while. I'd be happy to look at that. Let's see here. So, CP Casey Heavner sub, I'm assuming that's Michael Richmond, hello. Patrick Shea, Daniel Swanson, Chicago Bears fan, yep, hello everyone, Ryan Winan, alright. And, let's see here.
Oh, and then I do have one more timestamp at Munger.
Okay.
Good leader, if you want to answer a few comments first.
Yeah, Ethan Beast 33, hello, Loco Chasers, hello. So, alright, and Buddy Burton, he asked, where's Tom? And now we've got a whole bunch of questions. Where's Tom, right? And now, alright, so we're going to skip through all that. Ground control to Major Tom. Nice job there, M. Murphy.
Oh, come on.
Love it. Good work. Nobody can hear Tom. Robert Passmore, hello. Now we can hear, yeah, you see, now we're to the point where we can hear everybody. All right. Let's see here. Michael Weinstock, M. Murphy, Clay Train, 338 met U705 at Jessup. All right, that's interesting. Then later, U705 hit a car. Interesting. Well, hopefully everyone survived. Yardmaster. Yeah, all right. So, did you say you had another timestamp from Munger to look at?
Yeah, if you want to go all the way back to 1034, way back.
Way. Step into the Wayback Machine.
You're about gonna go back about 10 minutes or 10 hours 52 minutes there.
Yeah. Apparently it rained a little bit up in Minnesota today.
I think, I think right there, it's 1034. There it is.
Yeah, got it. All right. Making the rainy sub as the...
Oh, yeah, seriously.
It's living up to its name today. All right. Oh, we got the Bessie unit leading. That's why we wanted this one, right?
Yep. Always good to see the Bessemers out and about.
Empty ore train working his way up the hill here. And what are our trailing units? Let's take a look and see. It does look fairly overcast, like it might have just gotten done raining.
We've got a Illinois Central SD40 trailing, and then on the last unit of the train is a Canadian National wide cab SD40.
Yes, SD40W. Yep.
And that's the good old 909.
All right. All right, back here. Does it detect motion from the highway? No, it's supposed to only detect motion from the... So I drew a rectangular area that just covers the tracks. So hopefully this is something that'll only detect train movement. Two H1s.
That's really neat if you're able to selectively control where it looks at.
Right. So will this go for all cams eventually? No, because only in the places where I have two cameras does it really make sense to try to use it. We were talking about Grinnell. Grinnell is actually another really good example of where this could be used, where there's only a few trains every day, and to be able to look at the direction where the train's coming from when it shows up. Yep.
You could do it. You could do it too at Cedar Falls, right? There's two cameras there.
That is also correct.
Okay, after this train is coming, we've got a perfect over-under meet at Galesburg that I found.
All right. Well, as the ore jennies are disappearing from view, we will definitely switch over to Galesburg then. So, something else I should point out too while I'm switching cameras around here. We're at 12,700 and some subscribers now. Thank you everyone for liking and subscribing and joining the channel as a member, and just all the support that we get from all quadrants of YouTube. I really appreciate it. All quadrants of the internet, perhaps even. So, what's our timestamp at Galesburg?
1929.
All right. So not too far back. And 1928 and 27 seconds. All right, let's take a look and see what we got coming here. We already had a little bit of a preview for it. I mean, big shocker, right? There's a stack train on the Chillicothe sub, and a manifest on the Mendota sub. Go figure, right?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think this train's on the one on the top is on the Barstow sub. It looks like it's on the closest track to the camera there.
Yeah. So, I see the gates came down. We should have a train momentarily. There's the... Oh, yeah, there's southbound on the Barstow.
Yeah, northbound.
Northbound on the Barstow, sorry.
Northbound or eastbound, I think. Because it's a north-south line, but they dispatch it east to west, which is really weird.
Right, because going towards Savannah is going east and going toward... Or west? I don't even remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's goofy. I get turned around here very easily at this location. But, yeah, we've got, that guy on the Barstow sub is really cruising, too. I mean, he's blasting out of the yard.
Yeah, seriously.
Especially when you see, by comparison, the stack train just kind of dinky-donk, pedaling along. Yeah, we're doing 30. We're doing our thing here. Taking our time. So, all right. I'm going to read through some more comments. We've got, love the Fridley, Minnesota cam. Thanks for putting it up. Hey, no problem. Trainiac, hello. Ryan Wine, yes, there was a westbound past Scales Mountain 1 hour ago. All right, well, that's good to know. Good Planet Dubuque. Great tech progress. Thank you, M. Murphy. Yes, Wabtech, formerly Relco. Yep. And I think what throws me is that the railroad has changed hands a couple of times and changed names, and then the engine repair facility has changed names also.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Nick Boy. Bowie? Whatever that, yeah. Bowie or Boy, I don't know which. One change in ownership. Albia is called Iowa Southern. Yep. Manifest. A-Train, yep. Go fast, alright. Was that the Hustle Muscle unit? I don't know if they actually put the Hustle Muscle logo on it, but that would be correct for a GN unit of that time period or that paint scheme, yes.
Yeah, it looked like that they haven't applied some of the finer details, like Under the side of the cab windows should be the Great Northern Goat logo. So I assume they'll probably do those details when the train gets to Minnesota.
Yeah. All right, Amtrak. Yes, we have several cameras that have Amtrak. We have not actually taken any time to look at Amtrak lately. But yes, thank you, Cameron Stalker. And CNW Butler Junction, hello. Brett, hello. Brian Rock Railfan, hello to you. All right. SDP was going to be painted into Big Sky, but someone paid to have it painted green and orange. First train ride my wife ever took was Longhood forward to Marine on the 325 with me. Interesting. Daniel Swanson, thank you for the information. There was a War Bonnet Dash 8 on 664 yesterday. Also interesting. All right. Let's jump over to... should we jump over to Fort Madison? I mean, we just had a question about Amtrak. And
sure.
So,
let me find Amtrak at Fort Madison here.
yeah. So while we're doing that, I am going to...
Oh, that's nice. We had oh, someone was operating the camo. We have a one of the Amtrak Heritage units was on the train.
Oh, very nice. I'm guessing that's Tom LaFren. He usually operates the cameras in the afternoon. So thank you, Tom, if you're on here tonight. What's the timestamp that you got?
You want to go to 1850.
All right. Go back about 3 hours or so. Oh, way too far. All right. 1850. There's 1822. And 1840. I'm guessing that we're zoomed in. Yes, watching Amtrak come across the drawbridge. And he has got the Pepsi Can Heritage unit on him. A pair of P-42s on Amtrak. And we'll watch some camera work as the train comes off of the drawbridge and circles the big loop around the marina and then heads into the station. And let's see here. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Next train was a local 664. Yep. Extreme weight flat for specialty loads. Yes. Usually when you see those, though, they have that depressed center. And so I was surprised to see the flat car that just had 4 trucks under it. What else do we have here? Love the Illinois cams. Thank you very much. Neat to see in its original paint. Yes, Nebraska Railfanner. That is correct. And the Forrest Gump train. Are you talking about the one that just keeps running? Is that the implication there? The train that never stops running?
Maybe.
Yeah. William Clare, hello. Much appreciated. Yes, thank you very much. Kansas Train Videos, hello. How are you doing tonight, Tyler? Riveted Rail Fan, yes. Hello. Hello down in Memphis. And northbound, all right, yes, northbound, timetable west, south equals timetable east. Okay. So yes, that is definitely, we're talking about the Barstow sub there. Another train double over under. It's Amtrak on top and freight train on the bottom. All right. Was today, yes. Dock workers' strike in Canada affected container rail traffic in the U.S. I don't think that I've heard anything like that. But I guess it's possible because I know that the CN does a lot of container loading at Prince Rupert, and the CP does container loading at Vancouver, so it's certainly possible. Possibility that Clinton radio feed will be put on Broadcastify. Yes. I have this laundry list of things that I'm trying to get to that I have not been able to do. And one of them is I do need to create more Broadcastify feeds for some of these newer locations that I have put up in the last couple of months here. CSX run through grain trains on the Ottumwa sub. Past the BNSF Ottumwa sub cam when rebuilt CSX Mac leader. Interesting. You know,
is there a timestamp posted for that?
I would love to see a timestamp on one of those, definitely. Nebraska Railfan, if you've got a time, please let us know. UP 1995 Railfan, good to see you. Yep. Or Jenny's, yeah. Missouri Valley, Iowa would be a good location for a camera. Absolutely it would. It's just kind of a fairly remote location. L570 had an NS leader. It was 8,000 feet into Waterloo. Thank you, Tyler. Oh, Jenny and Forrest about Forrest Gump. I see what you're saying. All right. Forrest Gump trains equals or Jenny's. I get it now. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Oh, I found a very interesting move by the Clinton cam, if you want to go over there.
All right. Well, we have Amtrak stopped at the station here, so we did get to see the Heritage unit on Amtrak come in. Let's go over and check out Clinton. What is the timestamp at Clinton?
You're going to do 1714.
Did I go by it? Oh, no, there it is. I thought I'd already gone by it. All right. 1714. Which means we've got to back ourselves up a little ways here. This thing is, I don't know if my PC needs to be rebooted or what the story is, but it does seem to be running a little bit slower than usual tonight. All right, 1714. And we landed at 1713 in 40 seconds. So I see a tugboat going through the open drawbridge. Is that what you were talking about?
No, we've got a train.
All right. Well, that's
it's
fair.
It's just that I am completely... It's too bad Noah's not online tonight. He would be really interested in this. I am completely dumbfounded as to what this train is.
Okay. Well, let's take a look and see. Oh, we have a long hood UPSD 70 going north. Oh, well, I can tell you what this is. With a bunch of ADM tanks.
Bring her aboard.
I can tell you exactly what... This is the Clinton local.
Well, that's what I thought, but I've never seen them use any kind of power like that. That is just so weird.
It is, I agree. They might have stolen it off of an ADM coal train, honestly.
Yeah, I guess.
But given the fact that all the ADM tankers and ethanol tankers that are on here, this is absolutely the Clinton local going up to Savannah. And then you got starch cars back here. Yeah, this is definitely corn processing byproducts. So, yeah, so to give you an idea, the main reason why the CP has a local based in Clinton is to switch ADM Clinton. And this train goes up to, they pull everything, all the loads out of ADM Clinton, and then they take them up to Savannah, and then they come back with, I'm assuming they come back with the empties that they need to spot in the next day. Now, this is kind of late in the day for this guy to go by, but he has a very long train. I would say by ADM standards, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This is a ton of traffic. This is what I would expect to see when the river is closed in like January and December and February. This is just a ton of traffic coming out of, and it's still ADM tankers, ADMX, what is it? SY, or they have several different reporting marks. The TILX cars are lease cars. And the UTLX is also, but ADM has several sets of reporting marks that they use on their cars. And I've seen a couple of examples. VTGX, I think that is even ADM. DMIX, that might be ADM as well. So, yep, that's your answer.
Yeah, that was just so interesting. It's just that I've only ever seen that train run with, like, you know, your standard 4-axle CP power. I mean, that's just such a bizarre unit for that train. But I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. It might just be how it is. I know that there have been some congestion issues, let's just say, with the CPKC between the UP at Clinton and both the Iowa Interstate and the Quad Cities, where they're kind of sort of refusing to take loads until like certain traffic gets moved. I don't know, but it seems like got quite a bit traffic these days up there.
Yeah.
R9.
So,
Oh, hello, Patrick.
yes. We had a pretty impressive lightning storm going on at Fridley earlier. Yeah, look at how much this is blowing. I'm actually gonna mute this or turn it down. But it was really blowing and raining hard out here earlier in the day. You can see how much the camera is shaking. This camera is held in place with like 80 pounds of paving stones, and it's still shaking around pretty bad during this storm.
And there was a tornado warning up near Elsie, Minnesota on the Iron Range earlier.
Oh, really?
There was, yeah.
Do we know what was the timestamp for that lightning strike that somebody shared earlier today?
Yeah, I'll go back and find it.
Oh, here, let me see.
1833:49.
All right. We are gonna a little bit of weather spotting here, you know, in addition to everything else that we do. So you can see right now there's still people just kind of milling around in the patio area of the bar. Nothing's really gotten bad yet. And I'm just gonna keep skipping along here to see. I'm curious to see if people clear out when this lightning strike happens. And you said, 1833:49.
Yeah.
So we'll just watch this and see that. Yeah, look at that. That was, yeah, you can see people pointing over there like, look at what just happened. And I wonder if I can pause this at just the exact moment where it happens, just to really... I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm quick enough to catch it. Because it's only there. Well, there, we got a little bit of it. It's only there for just obviously a split second. But yeah, that was, you see people pointing at it right after it happened. They were obviously aware. And then shortly after that, you can see here where the storm blows in and it's just nasty. So, all right, a little bit of meteorology for everybody tonight as well. You got to see a lightning strike and a storm going through up in Fridley. apparently there was a... Apparently somebody was saying, let me catch back up on the comments here, that there was also a heritage unit on the CZ today.
Yeah, let me try to find that.
Try to find that at Mount Pleasant. Let's see here. In the meantime, I really kind of wanted, you know, we haven't found the North Star commuter trains yet at Fridley. And I was really kind of hoping to feature one of those. But they only run, what, about 3 or 4 of them a day?
Only two each way per day.
Right. And they're honestly kind of difficult to pin down if you don't know the exact schedule. There is a Fridley platform that's about, I don't know, maybe a mile north of this location.
Yeah, it does not appear that the. I mean, I'm looking at Mount Pleasant now. There's no heritage unit on the CZ today. Sorry to report.
All right.
However, there is a SP patch AC44 on Carroll at 1540.
Well, I did want to, oops. Well, I screwed that up. I did have one other timestamp here at Fridley that I thought was interesting. It's a UP train, and I don't know if this is actually an Itasca train coming down, but I found this, and it has a very interesting consist on it. And I wish I could find it again now, because I found it and then I lost the timestamp.
$17.27.
Yeah. So we'll roll this guy by, and then we'll go check out that SP Heritage unit. So what I would tell you is that if this is the case, then the UP power on the Hinckley sub trains, the Itasca trains, has suddenly gotten a whole lot more interesting. Because you're gonna see he's got an SD40, and then I think a 70, and then another 40, and it's just a light power move. But it's got to be coming off of the Hinckley sub, because what else would the UP be doing up that way? So, anyway.
Yeah, I guess the whole UP operation in the Duluth area is very strange, I guess. I don't even know. So do they occasionally run entire trains down?
Oh, yeah. Daily. They run trains between Itasca and St. Paul. I think it's both directions daily.
Mm.
Here. I found what I was looking for on this commuter train also.
Oh, yeah.
This is the North Star commuter train that we had not been able to pinpoint before. But you're going to see, so when he's coming through here, he's got one of these, is it an FP59?
It should be an MP36.
Oh, MP36,
they
okay.
have. I think that's the only power that they have, or at least use currently.
Sure. And then four
I
of
could
these...
be wrong about that.
4 of these kind of, I don't know. I mean, they're very much these stylized commuter coaches that I don't know the exact name for them, but...
They're the...
They Bombardier.
Yes, there you go.
This has to be one of my favorite commuter looks. Aside from the Rail Runner, it looks very good.
Yeah.
It does. I have to say, I mean, aside from the atrocious schedule, I do have to say their scheme does look very good.
All right, well, let's go find Carol. And we will roll by this SP unit, and then I think that's going to pretty well wrap us up for the show.
Well, Tom, did you say that maybe there's some steam locomotive news?
Oh, yeah.
You were going to mention?
We're definitely going to talk about that, but we'll find this SP unit, and we're going to we've got 2 more things to talk about tonight. Yes.
I think maybe find the SP unit, and then maybe if you want to cap it off, just pick a random time at rush hour at Ogilvy and just let the trains roll by while you give your announcements.
Absolutely. What time are we looking for at Carroll?
1540.
Oh, 1540. Okay.
Just about exactly 1540. And it's a nice leader too. And then the SP is trailing.
All right. 1548. 1535. Nope. Come on. All right. Let's take a look at this, see what we've got. All right. So we got a winged leader.
Nothing like a good Thunder Cab leader.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the patched SP unit second out. So, all right, well, we got some action on the UP in as well. I mean, we had UP engines in other places, but we actually have the UP on the UP this time. So, let's see here. Just to get caught up on the messages. Train at Iowa Falls soon northbound. Yeah, all right, well, we're probably not going to be checking that out. Yes, lots of wind, very shaky. Yes, that's the Fridley camera we're talking about. GE Southern Pacific went by Carroll 1540. Got back 6378. And read my last message. All right. BNSF Ottumwa Cam, there were 5 CSX-8s on a manifest at 1526. 2 of them were ex-Conrad. Interesting. All right, well, that's something people are obviously welcome to go back and check out. 2047 at Mount Pleasant, Santa Fe leader. Yeah, that would be the same one, I'm assuming, that we rolled by Ottumwa as well. Hello, Dave Nish. Good to see you. And what else have we got here? Was 6378 was leading the ZBRG2, pulled off at North Platte and then put on that manifest to go back. Interesting. Well, thanks for the heads up. All right, so we are caught up. Thank you everyone for the comments tonight.
Well,
And
I've got I have a timestamp of a 3-way meet on the CNW at Ogilvy if you want to close it out there.
yeah, let's on the north camera.
Yeah, on the north camera, 1742.
All right. Well, we will definitely.
Ooh, actually, go to 1738 because there's two trains underneath on the Milwaukee that are pretty cool. So we can just let it roll for a few minutes.
All right. We can definitely do that.
Yes, 1738.
Well, there's one leaving northbound on the Kenosha line. Oh, we went a little bit too far here. but we are going to see a three-way meet on the C&W this time. One of the things that, and I apologize for how much the camera is shaking here too. One of the things that I have found very interesting in watching this camera in particular is how religiously the Metra sticks to the left-hand running on the former C&W lines. Because you can see the train that's going out to Elburn on the Geneva sub is on the far left here, or the inside track. He's running left hand. The one that's coming in, which is coming off the northwest line from Harvard, he's running left hand running on his pair of mains. And the train going to Kenosha on the far right is also left hand running. So it is definitely fascinating to see this. Let's see here. How's everybody? Oh, Jeffrey Heisey is getting engaged. Getting married soon. Congratulations. All right, well, so two things that we have to mention before we get off the air. First off is the CPKC, which has announced that they're running their steam train, the 2816, which is the Royal Hudson, is that what they call it? Hudson class?
This one is just a normal Hudson. The Royal Hudsons were a different locomotive class,
Okay.
but still very, very pretty locomotive.
Right. It's a 464 Hudson class, and it is running in April, I believe, starting on April 13th or April 14th, and it is running from Calgary all the way down to Mexico City. Now, they're going to go by numerous steel highway webcams during this process. And what we don't know for sure, we know that he's going to go down south by way of Milwaukee into Chicago, but we're hoping that he goes back north, going up the Marquette sub, which would be fantastic if that is actually the case.
Yeah, and I guess as it is, at least for the trip down, which we know the routing of, it'll pass Muscatine, it'll pass Clinton, Washington, and Ottumwa. So there's 4 cams there, and that are only, the ones. I mean, it's in April of next year. I mean, we could very well have several more up by that point.
Well, yeah, there's going to be a Savannah webcam coming here sometime in the not too distant future. Probably next month.
I was wondering about that.
Yep. So the other announcement that I have to make, but that's something that, we're definitely looking forward to coming up here next year. But as far as Trackside with Tom goes, we have a programming note before we go off the air tonight. Trackside with Tom is going to be off the air until, and I'm going to get the exact date here, it's going to be in September. I believe it's going to be September 6th. Yes. Wednesday, September 6th, Trackside with Tom is going to be back. We're going to go back to noon on Wednesdays instead of noon on Mondays. We're going to be back on the air noon on Wednesdays in order to capitalize on that lunchtime crowd and take advantage of the fact that most of my kids will be back in school at that point. So those are two big benefits. The next 6 weeks I'm going to take off. We're going to go on the family trip. We're going to get the kids back into school. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm going to make sure that my wife remains happy with me, which is always important, as she is a saint and she puts up with many of the train-related activities that I take on. But eventually, that we have to put the brakes on and say, okay, we have to do some family stuff. This is not all train-related material. So, all right. Anyway, those are the two announcements that I have. I hope that everyone has a fantastic evening and enjoy the next month, and I will catch up with you again on September 6th. So thank you, Robert, and thank you, Patrick, for being on with me tonight. I think you're both still here, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep, maybe.
Yeah. Was your dinner good, Patrick? Was it worth the wait?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so you two have a fantastic evening. Everyone out there in YouTube land, go ahead and enjoy your next month, and we'll see you all in September. Thank you and good night.